Well, I'm in my favorite place, the airport. Actually, I'm in the Rhinelander Airport. There we go. And so I prayed and just checked in my bag. And of course, she reminded me of what I needed to do. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Um, so I'm just praying. That's all. I'm just gonna walk in that boldness of the Lord. But it was a nice visit. It was time to go. When you're with family and it's time to go, it's time to go. And sometimes there's like on the way here, my sister, and I love my sister, but man, it's disappointing in some ways because she was talking about, well, wherever I go, I don't wear the mask. When I go in the airport, there's tons of people that don't wear the mask. And there's tons of people that fly in the plane without the mask. And you know what? It diminishes the power of God. When you talk that way, it diminishes what God has just done. I don't know if she realizes that, but I'm sharing that with you because it can be really disappointing to hear that. Like, don't you get what God did when I walked into Atlanta, when my bag was lightened, and all of that? And I tell some of my stories to other people, church members, and some of them just, yeah, they don't receive that spirit. They're not receptive of the spirit and what God is doing, and it completely just like, and it grieves me, and in a way it kind of frustrates me because it's like, don't you get it? The other night, and I usually don't watch anything on YouTube, but for 2 nights in a row I've been watching The Chosen. Um, Not really into watching anything like that. I know it's supposed to be a really great series, and we just have to be very, very careful with what where we spend our time, because actually we should be spending our time in the Bible instead of but it's better than probably watching other YouTube videos that are mindless, like maybe like me. I don't know. But I did sit down and I watched two, and you know what? The Lord used both of them. It's very, very timely. There were two stories in the one chosen that just that that actually applied to the circumstances of the moment, and it was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. In fact, I was talking with Chris on the phone the other night, and we were going through Genesis. He was just going through Genesis in such a powerful way, and showing me things and bringing things out of Genesis. And then at the end, he says, and then if we go to John, and it says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And he says, that's Genesis right there. That's the beginning of creation. In the beginning, God made the heavens and earth. In the beginning was the Word. And he started applying in the beginning with creation, and then applied it to in the beginning with John. See, New Testament, Old Testament, the beginning of creation, and then God, Jesus. And it was so beautiful how he tied it in. Now, when I was watching The Chosen, the very end of that program that day, whatever it was, that episode, um, Jesus had walked into the synagogue and had asked John to come in, and he asked John, "What would you preach on? What do you think I should preach on?" And he chose the scroll of Genesis. And so when Jesus was preaching in the synagogue here, John was
Security is now open for passengers on Delta Airlines with nonstop service to the Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport.
John
Please
was
proceed to the standard screening lane. Have your
John
boarding
was
pass and a government-issued photo ID available for the TSA representative. Thank you for choosing Delta Airlines.
John was crying as Jesus was preaching Genesis, and then the very end, the beginning of that whole episode was John recording everything. So you'd have to watch it to understand it, but it was really beautiful. So anyway, I guess I got aboard, and off in the air, I'm actually flying into Atlanta. Then I'm taking a shuttle over to. I'll be in. I think it's Alabama, Georgia. I don't know. It's Fort Benning, over. It's 4 hours from Atlanta. That's where Uchi Pines is, and where I will be going into a 17-day treatment, and then and I should know this by concrete on Tuesday about the Medical Observer Program, and I'll share with you guys very, very soon. Um, it's an incredible story, but the Lord is going to keep me busy for the next 4 weeks. It's pretty cool. All right. So the Rhinelander Airport until we meet again.